Welcome, everybody, to Write That Down on Probetus Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Fisher. We are live again today. For those of you who aren't used to having us live, you can go ahead and click that little bell. I believe it's a bell. Is that a bell, Phil, to my left?
It's a bell. It's a little drop-down menu.
Oh,
Click the
there's
bell
a bell and
to
a
be
drop-down
notified.
menu.
Yeah, to be notified when Facebook Live begins.
Oh, okay, super. So if you're watching us live on the Bookface, hello. If not, hello to you at 2 a.m, because that's usually when our audience is watching us. So to my left, like I said, is
No,
Phil.
they're all
Phil
asleep at
Oh,
2 a.m.
oh, okay. That's right. Our parents usually are sleeping at that time. Right across from me is Mr. Mark Jensen.
Hello.
Hello. And to my right is Chrissy Lund.
Hello. I'd
Hello.
like to react to two things right now. All right off the bat.
That did
The
not take
two
long.
guys at this table who don't have Facebook are telling you how to subscribe on Facebook. Like, what's going on there?
I'm so glad you brought that up because as he's looking at me, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about.
And then secondly, retired people usually do stay up late. They have no schedule. So yes, my parents are probably watching.
Live and at 2 a.m.
Maybe. Who knows?
Watch it a couple
Hi,
times.
Mom. Hi,
Hello,
Dad.
Savannah. We have somebody on there live.
Oh,
Hello,
already?
Savannah.
Super awesome. All right, well, we're gonna get right to it here. Actually, I'm gonna make a shout out myself. I coach football at Grand Forks Central High School, and Coach Litzinger, if you've finally found the podcast, it is real. I have a podcast. So, and Coach Terrell was right because he watches our podcast. So, all right. So that said, now that I've publicly shamed Coach Litzinger, I'd like to have our free flow question of the day. So for all of those who prepared, raise your hand. Have you prepared for your question today?
I really didn't.
No.
Oh, and just a head down from Mark. So absolutely not. So this will be fun. Would you rather sleep on the floor or on a Davenport?
Oh, that's easy.
Okay.
I know what a Davenport is.
Well, it wasn't. So that's part of it.
I don't really know what a Davenport is.
Okay,
So I'll
that's
pick the
part of all this. So let's actually start with Chrissy since she
Okay.
thinks she knows what a Davenport
Yes.
is.
I will choose the Davenport.
Okay. Why?
Iowa? You're going to sleep in Iowa?
No, I'm going to sleep on the couch.
Okay. Yeah, correct.
Yes.
Correct. You know what a Davenport is because you have a grandmother who had a
When
Davenport.
I was a kid, I actually thought a Davenport was just another word for couch. I didn't find out till later that it's actually a brand.
Is it really?
That's what I was told. Like, it was the brand of couches back then. So if you had a Davenport, it was like having a
lazy boy.
lazy boy. Yeah.
I was going to say Mercedes for some reason.
Well, and
because
Grandma and
Mercedes
Grandpa,
makes couches.
They don't make couches.
They called it the Davenport. And so as a young child, I just associated Davenport with couch, not
so-
knowing why.
So you're going with the Davenport.
Correct.
And
I wonder if Dave in the warehouse knows what a Davenport is.
I would say
I
probably.
feel like he would bring the knowledge.
Yeah. How about you, Mark? Davenport or floor?
I could sleep on both. Let's see. If I had to pick,
Like,
I'd probably
okay,
pick the
like
Davenport.
seriously, Mark. Like,
For real,
picked
could
a
you
couch.
get off the floor if
no,
you
but
slept?
it's like it wasn't a. Could you do both? Like,
well, I know.
you
but
had
I-
to pick one. What is it?
I will go with the couch,
Okay, it's actually Davenport.
the Davenport,
Okay, sounds
the
good.
hideaway bed.
Why would you? I didn't even ask you, Chrissy. Why would you go with the Davenport?
Well, because if I were to sleep on the floor, I don't think I'd be able to get off it in the morning.
Okay, fair enough. Mark, how about you? Why would you pick the Davenport?
Just a little bit more comfy.
Okay, you like the comfort of the pillows and the
Yeah.
squishiness of said Davenport. How about
Right.
you? How about you, Mr. Phil?
So I was going to pick the floor because when I heard Davenport, like I was envisioning like the breezeway in the front of a hotel.
Oh.
Like little overhang.
That's a vestibule.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or I was thinking like a carport.
Big words today, guys.
You know when you don't have a garage and it's like I don't want to build a garage, I'm just going to do a carport on the side.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's what
For
I was envisioning.
So that's a port. That's a carport.
So when I read Davenport, I thought I don't want to sleep out there,
Oh.
so I'll sleep on the floor.
That'd
Okay.
be a porch.
Yeah, I know that now.
What if you had a Davenport in the carport?
That would be a comfortable carport. I'd
So-
hang out there.
But what do you pick now? I mean, now that you know the Davenport's a couch.
I'll stick to the floor
Okay, cool.
Brave.
Could you tell me why?
because I didn't know what a Davenport was.
He chose wrong.
No,
Phil,
the devil you know. It's like I know the floor, so I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, all right. Phil's going with. I don't know what the other word is, so I'm picking the floor. Fair enough. All right. So this week's episode, I kind of want to get to our quote a little sooner than later, if that's all right, because as as deep and philosophical and fantastic as I thought last week's quote was, this one's even better, if I dare say. So this is the quote, and this is some serious stuff here. All right. Sometimes you need to make a special trip to wash your hands, just so you can pick your nose. Think about it. Okay. Sometimes you need to make a special trip to wash your hands, just so you can pick your nose. Phil, why would I say such a thing?
I have no idea.
Come on, Phil.
I don't.
Like,
Like,
I mean, I
It's
said
been
it.
so long. The space between seasons is just, it gets so long. We are all so busy. And so I don't know what it was from.
But I mean, like, that's something that should stick with you because, like, when you go nose picking, I'm assuming you're going to want to wash your.
Maybe he
Wash your
was trying to
hands.
forget.
Maybe you are thinking wrong.
I don't even know what that means.
I think it would be silly to wash your hands prior to picking one's nose.
Oh, okay. That's a fair statement. Why do you say that?
Because your hand's about to get dirty, and I would prefer to do it post extraction.
Okay, so in my mind, the nose is
That
kind of like a dog's
That was
mouth.
perfect, wasn't it?
No, but I mean, I feel like the nose is like a dog's mouth, like one of the cleanest places on planet Earth. Isn't that
Really?
what they say? I don't know. I've heard
I
that
don't know if I would
before.
call it the cleanest. I think it's self-cleaning.
Okay, either way.
Maybe.
I
I
bet
mean,
you Mrs. Frizzle and the Magic School Bus would know.
I
They
bet
spent a
you
lot of
are
time up there.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
in the nose
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
all
or in
over
a
the
dog's
place.
mouth.
Both.
Human
Oh.
body.
Did the Magic School Bus go into animals as well?
I don't know.
Can't remember that one.
Mark?
I don't know. Kind of busy right
Hey,
now.
don't fake it, Mark. That's a knuckle.
Fake it till you make it.
All right. So, I mean, I know why I said it. Okay. Honestly, because I'm a germ freak. And, like, I feel like I'm not
You
even
are?
saying, I'm not even, yeah, kind of.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I fake a lot of things really well. But that was last week, wasn't it?
Are you like
Yeah.
the kind of guy who goes on WebMD
No.
and all roads lead?
That's
to
different. That's
to
not
cancer?
germaphobe. That's
You are correct, Phil. All
roads
roads
lead to
do lead to
cancer.
cancer. And I was a WebMDer until Abby was like, you got to stop going on there. You have a toothache.
Yeah, it's
Like,
it's a really bad idea.
take some Advil. That was pretty much it. And I was like, well, I kind of have, because the WebMD, it takes you down a path. It's like,
Yeah.
well, what else? And then as a germaphobe, what do they call it?
Hypochondriac.
Hypochondriac.
I don't know what Davenport means, but hypochondriac, I was there for you.
And vestibule too, apparently. So I feel like all right, how do I say this and not sound disgusting?
Does he really have something on his nose?
okay. We need to.
Oh, okay. I washed my hands before I came in here. So here's the thing. I feel like everybody picks their nose. I'm just gonna say it. So I pick my nose, okay? And I feel like that's one of those things where if I were to pick my nose, I've heard somewhere in my hypochondriac past, present, and future that germs live on your hands, like inside your fingernails and stuff. And if you get a good pick going on, some of those germs that you don't wash away, the easiest way for them to get into your kind of bloodstream and everything is through your nose. And I feel like every time I get sick, it's because I pick my nose with a dirty finger.
Well, there are those brain-eating amoebas
Oh, yeah.
that go up your nose when you're swimming.
Whoa. Can we not talk about that right now?
Just
All
I'll,
right,
I'll get
just
WebMD
saying.
up just a second.
Okay. But so that's my reasoning. So that's why I said it, and I truly believe it. Like, I'm not just gonna say a quote that ends up in this book without it being something that I truly hold dear.
But also, don't dermatologists and doctors call this the triangle of death?
Why are you trying to freak me
The
out? right
Bermuda
now? Like,
You
triangle.
started it. Like, apparently, like your nose and stuff, like infections can go to your brain very quickly.
okay, so
That's why you got to get the boogers out.
So yeah, wash your hands. That's what I'm saying.
No,
You're right. Wash your hands.
I get that, but I mean, like, if you're gonna pick your nose, though.
Okay, I get it now. You're a pre-wash. You're a post-wash.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, I would honestly feel switch to being a pre and a post.
I don't want to do it twice.
Because do you have a problem with washing your
Yeah,
hands?
but triangle of death, Phil.
I'm still here.
For now.
For now.
Apparently.
So, this is funny. Triangle of death.
I like how it's apparently too like, are you a ghost? You're here for now. Apparently.
Aren't I?
Is he? I don't know.
Mark, what do you think?
I don't know. Now that we got talking about it,
Also, doesn't your nose keep growing your whole life?
Only if you lie.
yeah.
No, but that's why
Pinocchio,
old
right?
men
No,
have
I've heard
big
that
noses.
too. Yeah. Yeah. I've also heard that.
Noses and ears, right?
Maybe.
Okay. What about? I should stop putting my finger up like that
Stomachs.
because I'm not putting my finger up
Yeah,
in a
there's a
nose.
lot that keeps
I'm not going to
growing.
pick
hair
my nose
growing
right
out
now.
of your ears.
No, I'm not
Yes.
going to pick my nose right now because my hands. I've touched this.
Yeah, we would
this
appreciate it
board
if you
here.
didn't.
You know, I've touched a doorknob. Like,
Stay away from the triangle of death.
I think
yes,
there's
okay.
something underneath my table here.
Is
Is
it
a
gum?
booger?
No, it's,
Okay, well let's talk about nose picking for a little bit here. Okay,
goodness.
so what are your, just general thoughts on nose picking? Phil, go.
Are you asking my ritual or like what's my process?
We need a step by step.
Everybody's got a
Like,
process.
Nope.
'cause
Let's start
Yeah.
with the ritual. I want to hear
you
the
try to-
ritual.
you just try to keep it covert.
No, okay. When I hear ritual, I'm like, this is gonna get real. So I want to hear this.
Like, do you have a
ritual.
favorite finger? I guess.
do you go in for like the kill?
Okay.
Do you have the coke nail?
I was gonna not share anything because I'm like, oh, this is embarrassing. But since only Savannah is live chatting us right now, I'm not super embarrassed with how many people will see this. But
Don't worry, nobody else will
Phil,
see it.
you just
I-
had your finger by your mouth. Where was
Yeah.
it?
I prefer to, you case the room, right? You're like, okay, who's around? Which direction am I facing?
Okay, but I'm not cutting you off. I just want to get like this is a ritual. Like, and because when I hear ritual, it's like
No.
like if you're gonna nose pick, this
It's my
is
process.
Like, you don't wait until you're
Okay.
in the car alone.
Ooh, we're
So-
gonna get to cars. We're gonna
Yeah.
get to cars.
There's a lot of car pickers.
I'm
out
never
there.
borrowing either one of your cars.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't say ritual. I'd say my process
Okay.
is you check the room, see who's around, see who could have eyes on the situation because it's embarrassing. And then you check to see if you have anything besides your hand that you can use, like a tissue, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So you look at for a way out. And if the way out,
So you're okay. So you've
Does not present
you've
itself.
established you're alone though.
yeah,
And
no,
your number one choice is not your finger.
yeah. So there's
Okay.
no alternative.
Your big toe.
Even if nobody's around, I will look down just in case someone were to walk in the room. And I actually prefer to use my thumb.
How big is your nose?
No joke.
Well, it's continually growing, and it's
I
been
knew
growing
that would
since he was
surprise
born.
all
That
of you.
is surprising.
But I feel like
I've used them all, Phil. That
the thumb, and it just hurts less.
it hurts less.
Correct.
Okay. And now you're not done with the process and the ritual because you have said, we'll just say boogers for
Yeah.
lack of a. You got
You
your
just-
boogers on your thumb now.
You put it in the garbage.
Garbage. Okay.
And then, and only then, do you go make that special trip to wash your hands.
Do you wash your nose too? Because now you just stuck your dirty finger in your nose.
No, nose will be fine. Self-regulating.
nose is like a
Self-cleaning.
dog's mouth, one of the cleanest places on planet Earth.
Triangle of death.
Okay. So thank you for sharing your process. Phil.
What's going to happen is you got me to go first. Now these two are going to be like, great, all the heat's on Phil. And they're just going to clam up. It's going to be no more information from these two.
I've got information.
Yeah, Chrissy, please.
So my 10-year-old has been having bloody noses for a super long time. We finally had surgery done, and the doctor had gave us a few tips about your nose.
Okay, so we got Phil's nose picking process. So you're
She's avoiding the question.
she is.
I'm
No,
go-
she's
no,
not.
no,
It's-
no,
we're
no,
still
no.
in
I'm
general.
getting there. I'm
we'll
getting
dig,
there.
We'll dig down there, Phil. We're gonna get there, but let's hear these tips
So-
from the doctor about nose picking.
Well, with dealing with his bloody noses, he said don't use Aquifer in your nose because it's water-based and it will dry it out, make it bleed more. He said never put Neosporin in your nose for whatever reason, I do not know. He said if you have trouble with your nose, put bacitracin in your nose.
Bassa Watson.
Bacitracin, it's like Vaseline. Anyway,
Bactine.
yeah, like
Oh,
Bactine. Only
yeah.
okay. So this summer, with all the fires in Canada and all of the smoke in the area, especially when I was in Indiana, my nose hurt really bad.
Okay.
And so I have to put a lot of bacitracin in my nose because it hurts on the inside, like the lining. And that makes me have to blow my nose a lot. So I resort to blowing my nose almost exclusively now.
So, do you have some of that stuff in your nose now?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I saw a little
Did you
glare
see a
from
little-
the light.
a little
so I wasn't too sure if it was a
shine?
little snot coming down.
Yeah, I got a little shine because I don't know, the lining of my nose got super irritated with all this smoke in the
Are
air.
you sure it wasn't the drugs? I just
The drugs?
yeah.
No.
Just want to make sure.
No, my drugs are good.
Okay.
Okay.
Bacitracin.
Which is Vaseline.
Kind of. I think
no.
it's medicated Vaseline. Looks like Vaseline.
All right. So your general thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
which I asked you on nose picking, are that you put Vaseline in your nose.
Kind of, yeah.
medicated Vaseline.
Yes, and then
And
what
that,
you do
that
is
is magic.
then
it
all
gets
the
rid of-
stuff like congeals and then you blow it out.
Okay, so you take every course of action not to pick your nose.
I try.
She bypasses it completely.
Although I have to stick my finger in my nose with the Bacitracin.
Your thumb?
No, I use this one.
So one
Oh
would say
my.
that is picking the nose, wouldn't you think?
Kind of, because I put it on and then I shove it up and then I go, "Eek, eek, eek."
Yeah, that's in my mind that sounds way worse. So your process is your process, but okay. So now we've heard. I appreciate that because that is your process
That's what I do.
or ritual.
Ritual.
Yeah. Mark, what are your general thoughts on nose picking?
Well, right now, I'm glad that some of you bring store-bought and stuff to the potluck if you've been picking your nose. I'm a little bit worried.
Handmade dish right
yeah.
here.
Yep.
Well, I kind of think, I guess if you got to pick it, you got to pick it. It's kind of like, yeah, it's bothering you. But you know what? I think you have to start with a theme song or something like that. Just get
I have a
going.
question.
The final countdown.
I have a
Yeah.
question though when it comes to if you have to pick it, pick it. Would you rather see somebody pick their nose or would you rather talk to them with a big old booger hanging out?
Oh, just get it out.
No, don't. I'd pick
Yeah.
it for him, honestly. Like seriously.
You got something there.
That's when you go.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You're
Have
just
you ever
like-
had people do that too? It's
Yeah.
like
They itch their
and
nose,
and
you're
I'm like,
oh, they're
I
sending
go,
me a message.
yeah, I go right to you have a cocaine habit.
like when somebody offers you a piece of gum,
yeah,
do you always take it?
I should because I get it. Like that's somebody who's
Do you want some gum? I don't have any.
now you're just telling me I have bad breath and you're not offering me gum.
sorry.
So that's fine.
But I have a question on the nose thing.
yeah.
So do you guys get that too now? Like even now that we've been talking about noses, does your nose itch?
Yes.
Yes. And just like when you're watching TV and they do a commercial or like somebody with their nose thing,
Mm-hmm.
my eyes water my nose. But like right now, I feel like I need to pick my nose.
Like when somebody yawns and
yeah.
you yawn.
Is it like an addiction
When
thing?
somebody talks about lice, your head gets itchy.
Yeah.
Okay, now you had to do that.
I'm
That's
craving.
That's the worst is when people talk about lice, and now we're changing the subject.
I have a story about lice.
I'm craving bacitracin right now. I just need my
I
fix.
don't have any with me.
Just pick your nose.
She has no she's got no medicated Vaseline
it's
nor
at home.
gum.
Chrissy, can you
Sorry.
pass him one of your boogers?
No, well, no.
She doesn't have.
I don't have any boogers right
because
now.
she has she's got a whole
I
process.
have bacitracin
Well,
in my nose.
I've seen Chrissy in her office. She has like that baby plunger they use on babies for their nose.
I suck it out.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, let's talk about that for a second. That's
The
disgusting.
nose Frida.
I never used
It's got
that.
a name.
The
Yeah.
so the nose Frida is the one with the straw.
And you put it in your mouth. Ugh. No,
What?
never did
No.
that.
No, it's just very simple. Okay, let me explain. Let me
I thought it
explain.
was a plunger, like a.
That's
So-
what I thought too. I thought
You have a nozzle that you put in the infant's nose, and then there is a filter that prevents any particulate from entering the straw. And you suck on it just like a straw.
No.
No.
nope.
And it works-
That's not a thing.
100
mother-
times better than the little bulbs.
No.
But I will say this. My wife was able to do it. She asked me to do it one time, and I had to run to the bathroom. I couldn't do
Yeah.
it.
No, I'm a mother and I did not do any of that. I've done some disgusting things, but not that.
Nose Frida. Let's just say the Europeans came up with it.
Big surprise.
Yeah, I would throw that back to them real quick.
You can get one at IKEA.
Thank
Now
you
for sure. Phil, please, at every potluck, just bring something from the store.
But dads are
If you come with a
notoriously.
plunger.
No, I already bring stuff from the store. I'm like nobody's brought chips
Yeah,
yet. Perfect.
dads are notoriously have a higher gag reflex, I think, than moms.
I guess I'm not a dad because that I
So that's what I'm saying.
would-
you
I
you
would-
you
Yeah, you
gag
are a dad.
you gag faster
I-
than a mom.
You're affirming her statement.
yes.
oh
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, but Phil did it. No, you didn't.
I
Yeah.
couldn't do
He's
it.
a gagger.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So I guess after this little chat, we'll call nose picking a bad habit, since it doesn't seem like anybody's on Team Fish here with like this is a common thing that people do and it's an okay thing.
Mark has
Mark.
a
We have a
question.
comment. Oh, it looks like Phil's mom.
Oh, what'd she say?
Phil, didn't your mother teach you better manners than that? Love your mother.
Oh no.
Wow.
Mom, we need you.
Yeah.
I just got scolded.
Yep.
I'm going to see her tomorrow.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Watch
Phil's
out.
mom.
Phil's mom. He's a nose picker.
I'll
Yeah.
wash my hands.
Don't shake his hand.
I'll wash my hands.
If he comes with that syringe thing with
The nose freedom.
the nose Frida, run.
Yes.
Oh goodness. All
Hey,
right.
mom, good to see you.
Let's talk about some other bad hygiene. How about that? So we got nose picking, which is apparently a bad habit. What are some other bad hygiene habits that are worse than nose picking?
I got
Don't
one.
everyone go first.
I got one. Just like trimming your nails like right in front of people. They sit there, click. Like I remember I was taking the ACT in high school.
What?
And the proctor
That's
from the test
that's
in a
wrong.
totally silent room was just trimming your nails, and like everybody's like filling out their bubble sheets, and they're just like, I can't listen to this anymore.
I have clipped I've clipped a broken fingernail in the office before and felt the need after it made a loud sound to shout, just my fingernail.
Does it really make that loud of a sound for
Depends.
everybody else?
Like- In a
because
quiet room, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Jamie has really thick nails and he clips them in my bathroom and leaves them and
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
So now
ugh.
we've got nail clipping,
flush them or something.
and then we also have nail clipping and not throwing them away.
Like nail clipping doesn't bother me. Your nails they're just nails. But
They're
when
just
you
boogers in there.
leave,
They're the
when you-
boogers of the fingers,
Gosh.
right?
When you leave your clippings all over the place, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Okay. So what does all over the place mean? Like on the
Like
floor?
on my
the-
bathroom counter,
Okay.
Don't mind me. I'm going to pick at my belly button.
belly button fuzz.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
now we have another bad
That's a
habit.
good
So
one.
so belly button picking.
I don't really see people doing that.
Well, Mark brought it up, so he must have seen it somewhere at some point. Mark.
I don't know. I just. Or the other thing is maybe it's when people are picking their underwear out of their
Wedgies.
wedgies. Yep.
Why
Like a
you-
wedgie
No,
salad.
I kind of want to go back to the belly picking because it seems like this might be something that is special for you.
No.
Are you a belly button picker,
Do
Mark?
you have a
No.
linty button?
Okay, you can't say no. Like this is a honest, safe space.
It is. And I say no.
no, it's
I pick
live.
my nose.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
not
know how
safe at
fake this is.
I've picked my belly button. Like if you got crap in there, you got to get rid of it.
There
right?
could be a wood tick in there.
Well,
That is
exactly.
true.
Wouldn't you want to see if there was a wood tick in there and
I
it's
did
not
have
just a
to,
fingernail?
I did have to get a wood tick off Elwood's head this summer.
Well, that's why I don't go in the woods. I just go to the Hilton or the Radisson.
All right.
No wood ticks there, I don't think.
Okay, you
You
did
might get bed bugs, but you don't get a wood tick.
No, not at the Hilton.
No.
you
no.
did say
Maybe at the
I'm not
Super 8.
Yeah, you did say butt picking.
He said wedgie picking.
Oh. Well, there's a difference?
I
Well,
knew this
yeah.
episode
There's
was just
still
gonna
a pair of
disintegrate.
underwear between your hand and your butt.
Yeah. I'm not Mark.
Okay, first of all, okay, you guys, I live with all boys. Like, there's nudity all over my house, so nothing really phases me.
I'm just asking.
Butts on the couch, and
All I do is
the
ask the
wiener
questions.
dance. I mean,
Oh no.
this is my life.
Right. And I guess I'm just asking the question. I thought I heard Mark say butt picking.
Well,
and I would
no.
agree. I would say in the scheme of it, that's worse than picking your nose.
You can't phase me.
And what if I'm not even gonna ask that. So I'm gonna go here. Since we've already gone down this path. Nose picking and eating
Oh,
of the said refuse
That is
from the nose.
wrong.
Phil?
No,
No.
never.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Okay, so we've got to know, no, don't do it. I mean, okay, somebody's opinion, that's fine. Mark,
You shouldn't do it, but I had a classmate from high school that used to do it, and we were in high school.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The old get behind in the literature, the get behind the book.
No.
Go for the day.
so that was his ritual.
Yeah.
He didn't look around to see if there wasn't anybody in the room.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
So,
so.
we're not going to out this person, because they know who they are, and they're still eating it.
Yep. He's probably like on the best protein diet.
Oh,
I see, and this was so awesome because Chrissy just said, she's like, I live with boys.
yeah, I know.
Nothing grosses me out.
No, I didn't say nothing grosses me out. I said
Eating
nothing phases me. Okay, so
boogers.
the boys, children do things like that. And like it grosses Jamie out to the point where he has to look away. And I'm just like, please stop doing
So
that.
do you think it's worse to eat it or then play with it? And fling it around. Or put it underneath the table.
If they flick it, then I have to find it later. I have seen my child pick it, flick it, and then I've been like, are you kidding me? Now I have to go find that and clean it. Or I will just happen to find it next time I'm cleaning. Like, gross.
Right next to the fingernails.
Story of
Probably.
my life.
So you don't, I mean,
The eating is wrong on so many levels.
okay. And I'm going to, obviously I went there and that's gross.
But if you're on Survivor, that might be the only way you can survive.
I guess the
and
only
you just scratch your nose, Matt Fisher.
the only rule you can go by is eat your own, not someone else's, I guess.
Write that down, Matt.
I'm speechless because I think it was unanimous that like, no, just no, don't
Well,
do it.
no, but kids
then
do it
there's
all
like
the
that's like a
time.
caveat, like, but if you have to.
Can you imagine your kids picking their noses and then trading?
Yeah,
Or
I
eating
actually,
them?
I can.
Let's all try it right now.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Everybody
This
insert.
whole
Everybody.
conversation.
Cameras on, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, and
I'm feeling a little green right now.
All right. Well, then I will say this last thing, since this will be the last thing, and then we'll leave it at that. Nose picking in the car, okay? And I will start because I'm notorious for this because I feel like when I'm in my car by myself, obviously, I'm not gonna like be sitting there with my kids or wife or friends or something.
The football team.
The football team, and be like,
On
how's
the
it going?
bus.
I'm picking my nose. We're chatting. It's like, no, I'm sitting listening to the radio and J Money's on KNOX and I'm listening and it's like, well, I'm just gonna pick my nose. I got this booger here. I've washed my hands. I've gotten in the car. I've washed my hands. I feel comfortable that I've washed my hands. So I'm just pick my nose. In my mind, I'm alone. But there's other cars in front, behind, and then there's the classic Seinfeld episode where he's sitting next to a car, and it's like somebody he's dated once, and he was,
Dale put it on the chat.
and he's itching his nose, and it's like this, and he's like this, but it looks like his fingers like
Yeah.
way up there.
Look at the chat, Matt. Dale said, "Never have a Seinfeld traffic light moment."
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
But mine isn't even that. Like I'm straight up picking. Like,
What would you do if a picture of you surfaced on the interwebs of you in your car picking your nose?
Because of AI, we'd say you can't believe it even
Ah, there it
yeah.
is.
if you see it. It's fake.
but
Fake
also,
news.
do you think I really care?
Do you ever
I
have to
do
that?
actually.
You think I really care?
Yeah.
No, I don't care.
Really?
I'll pick my nose right now. I don't care.
You have
The only reason I'm not picking my nose right now is because I haven't washed my hands.
You have a public
Honestly.
persona to maintain.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think that you say you wash your hands more than I've ever seen you wash your hands.
No, I wash my hands at the office. You're
You should
in the
switch.
front of the office. I'm in the back. Like,
You should
Sure.
switch and become a post-extraction washer.
well,
Just do it. Save you a lot
I
of time.
probably do.
Triangle of death.
All right. Well, I feel like.
Snot rocket.
we gotta go, but that is such a good one to end
That's
on.
a good point.
No, I taught my kids the snot rocket the other day.
That's a very advanced.
I
And
point.
there's
still
no hand
remember-
washing involved.
I still remember the first time it was taught to me. So I went out to a friend's house. He was a cattle rancher, and he invited me out to pay me to help pick rocks. So I was out there, young kid, just a
I thought
great,
you were gonna say something else.
so, great way to earn some money. Like he needed rocks picked. It was a great way to bless me with some extra cash. But it's like you're in the middle of a field. And so in like half hour, you get all the stuff that blows into your nose. And so he came out to check and see how I was doing. And I'm just like, oh, geez, wiping my nose on my gloves. And he's like, oh, you got to do the snot rocket. And I had no idea what he was talking about. And he's like, yeah, just, plug one nostril. You have to go full on. He's like, otherwise you're done. Like it's not going to go well. And it did not go well
Oh, I'm
it
sure.
did not go well for me.
And
First-
what about the
first
hanky?
not-
And then people
Oh,
put it in their
gross,
carry
right?
it with you all
You
day.
know, I think that men in general, men and boys, are better at doing disgusting things than girls.
On that note, I think we can all agree. Well, until next time, we
Keep a
appreciate
pickin'.
keep picking,
Blowing,
and
washing.
we look forward to seeing you on Probitus podcast. Write that down next time. Until then, have a wonderful week.